Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. It took a little bit longer than I wanted, but we're off. So, hello guys, my name is Shuri. This is Ninja Gaiden, amazing game. And yeah, for the people who don't know this, it's one of the harder games on the NES, but it's also one of the most fun games on the NES. So it's great to show this to you guys at Game Over Cancer. So I just obtained the Spin Slash, which is a very overpowered weapon. I will show you really soon what it can do to bosses. It's the reason that this game is so great to run, because it just isn't make it this tedious. So as you can see, you can just kill bosses super easy like that, and that's the first boss. So ta-da! Came audio a bit low. Well, I cannot change it right now, unfortunately. So those were some good boosts, as a very famous Ninja Gaiden runner would say. So yeah, this is a lot of things we're doing, like the ladder climbs and stuff. It's not that doesn't save that much time, but it saves like 0.1, 0.2 seconds per climb if you do it correctly in the 4 frame window, which can make it a little bit nicer. So I have a lot of things during this run with in-game timers that I want to reach, like in this level it's a 111, which are, I think, just not going to reach. Yeah, just a few frames off. It's not too bad. I mean, you cannot expect anything in a marathon run. So here we have the Swag Star. It's a amazing trick that gives us a lot of movement with just the movement kills with just 5 Nimpo cost, which is not a lot considering how much it will help. Also, this fire wall that I have right now is makes it so much easier to just make that section. Otherwise, you have to make very tight jumps and time your sword kills very correctly. Otherwise, you will die into the pits. So that's not what you want to do. It's can be scary. Oh, that was close. That was actually pretty scary. And the thing is, the reason when you saw me at the start just resetting and go into the game real quick is because this game works on a global timer. The RNG changes every 2 seconds, so you want to be careful at that. And as you can see, I am doing up and down. I'm pressing up and down to do that meshing. It's very hard. You have to use your index finger and your thumb and hit down and B simultaneously to mesh that quickly. The thing is, the Space Slash is great, like I just said, but unfortunately, this stage doesn't have Spin Slash, so we have to use this fire that I just picked up, and I have to get 42 Nimpo, so it is a little bit easier. So this is the Goddess Cheese stage. We are walking Goddess Cheese, killing some enemies, all good in the hood. We're just going to jump here and hopefully kill that. These two Hammer Brothers can be very annoying because of the way they throw their axes or crosses or whatever they are. And it can be very hard to adjust to that. So now we have the 42 Nimpo and we go to the boss at the end of this level. Just after this very tight jump actually. So I'm going to concentrate. Not a bad pattern. Unfortunately, the fight could have been a little bit better, but it's a very tight jump to get this, what we call a standard kill. So I'm not too sad about that. I actually go back. I need that Nimpo, otherwise I will get in trouble. Okay, good. I was not sure if that Hammer Brother was going to troll me. Hammer Brothers and trolling is like one big combination in the game. That was a nice bad boost. It stays around a second. If you miss that bad boost, you either lose the second or you die. So it can be very scary, but I've done it so many times. I'm not that afraid of that actually. The thing I'm more afraid of is this upcoming jump here. Normally I use an audio cue. Okay, we got it. Also, I forgot to mention that this is obviously the best song in the game. Also, casually, this bridge is terrible, but with Spin Slash, all of your troubles will be gone. It's a great moveset to have. So that Pickle Ninja is just going to fall himself into the pit, which is very great. And unfortunately, this is already the end of 4-2, because we will not hear this music again. There are 2 good tutorials out there for beginners. One from Sinister 1 and one from Arcus. Oh wow, that is very unfortunate. So I would check those out. I guess that is my punishment for looking at chat for a second. So 4-3 is all about cancelling and climbing, and unfortunately both are not as I really have planned, but it doesn't matter. We're just going to boost here and go up. And this upcoming boss is the hardest boss fight in the game, so be sure not to blink. And that was the stage boss. To be honest, casually, when you do not have Spin Slash, this can be terrible because there's one real one and one fake one. So that can be very scary actually. Yeah, this is 5-1. This is where the game actually becomes hard. A lot of pits, a lot of BS that can happen during the run, so you have to be scary. I have a lot of audio and visual cues in here, so I can do it correctly. Like I said, I cannot really use audio cues right now because I'm using not my TV sound, but for this marathon I used the normal sound. Did that very careful. I didn't got the right bat position or bird position actually, so I had to be very careful there. Oh no. There we go. And now we have to Spin Slash again. And the thing is, we have to keep this until the end of 5-3. This is the only Spin Slash you can get. There are no backups. You have to be careful. So we're going up here. This screen can be very scary. Normally I use audio cues so I do not have to Spin Slash that bad and save 5 Nimpo. I rather play safe, just like here. You can use the lemon drop, but for a Metron, not that safe. So here's 5-3. This is where I see most people, when they do their first casual playthrough, rage quit. Because there are some very unfair things that can happen in this part of the level. Which is not great for a casual playthrough. And I did the safety Spin Slash there. It's that dude has killed a lot of PB based runs because of that, and I unfortunately missed the SP boost. That boost would save 2.5 seconds if I could get it, but I would not lie if I was saying that I am not a little bit nervous at the moment. So here we go, we jump over the bird and we go on the stairs. So technically we already survived 5-3 like that. Arcus has a lot more attempts, I believe. I think around 60k. And that was Marv, or Malth. Not only a hard boss, but you can really cheese him even if you do not have the Spin Slash. The reason I put the estimate on 15 minutes is just if I screw up Jackie or the shrimp. So this is 6-1. If you do this correctly, it's a great stage because you can just hold left. So that's not too bad. And now we have the cottage cheese music again. which is obviously great. We're going to do this swag star, so it kills the dude up there, who also is a hammer brother, which makes everything a lot easier. We have the spin slash again. Luckily, this is not the only spin slash in the run, but obviously you want to go for that. I am glad that that boost worked out during a marathon run. If you screw it up, you can fall into the pit and it's rip, which will be very unfortunate. And up here is AVGN room, famous from the Angry Video Game Nerd Ninja Gaiden episode, because this is a hard ass room in a casual playthrough. So yeah, that can be very hard without spin slash. There are some ways to get around that without any problems, but yeah, you have to be careful with that. So we're going to hopefully get a good boost. Yes, not as smooth as I wanted, but still not too bad, the least. So 6-3, in my opinion, is more of a breather. There are some annoying parts that can screw you over, like hopefully that's not going to happen here with the God Hammer. That hammer brother can throw a hammer and then you cannot avoid it and you will die, like always, and that is very frustrating. Luckily that didn't happen, so yippee-yay. So yeah, we're almost getting to the final 3 bosses. For the first boss, I just spin slash, and for the others, I have to mash. And at the final 2 bosses, I have to be quiet and concentrate. Otherwise, it might end up in a very bad position. Unfortunately, cannot spin slash again. That's a 5-rounder, not that great, but it's yeah, my mashing has been off a little bit the last 2 days. And the time will hit when this timer comes to 0. Okay, I think I'm just going for the safe strats and just cut the tail. If I already get a bad pattern at the start, I rather not take my chances. And that was it, that was Ninja Gaiden. So let's go up top of Shrimp, and it's time. So yeah, that was Ninja Gaiden. We killed the evil Shrimp, and we survive another day. So I hope you guys liked that. It was I do not know what the time is. Let me check the restream. 12:42 for that's my best marathon time to date. So that's not too bad. So yeah, I'm not too unhappy by that. But just a lot of safe strats. Yeah, that's pretty good actually.